it's all about scratching. Diamond is the hardest material because no any other crystal can scratch it. The other way occurs. A diamond, if you scratch it against the sapphire, there is a line. If you scratch a sapphire against the topaz, there is a line. But it's about scratching. As a common knowledge example is, years ago jewelers would take a diamond just to see if it's real. They would bang it with a hammer. If it breaks, it's not a diamond. Of course it will break. Okay? That was a silly way of telling somebody, I just destroyed your product. But hardness, which is something that we heard before, is about scratching. So a diamond is practically the hardest material because no other can scratch it. It can scratch sapphire, it can scratch emeralds, it can scratch rubies, whatever. So that's about hardness. So when it comes to the testing in your cells, practically for the individual, all I said mean nothing. It's not something you will do at home. There is no a home package that you can sit home and do it, unless you go to school, unless you follow a course that in reality is not necessary. It's just to tell you that 3 tests are what defines the physical properties of any gem, and any gem is separate. So, for us as individuals, we do not practically have a choice at home. So, gems have color, and that's why we like them. You know, the color of any gem is so nice that it attracts. It's like a magnet to most of us. For most ladies, in a way, it's a matter of beauty. For myself, as my occupation, I'm intrigued by the light of the gemstone. So, what gives color to a gemstone? It's not as if we painted this wall, this color, and this color, and this color, and this color. Is the way they reflect light. Light goes through a gem, comes out, and is the way it reflects it. That's why it's blue, that's why it's green, that's why it's red. If we were to grind, if we were to take a big sapphire and grind it like we grind cheese, it will be colorless. It will never be specks of blue or specks of red. That is a test you can do, but you cannot do it, you know. So that's what it is. Color for most of the what we call precious gems is not a paint. It's not as if you crack a crystal, break it in two, and it's still blue. It will be colorless. So it's the way it reflects and refracts light. Please keep this, is very important. If there is only one thing I want you to remember today is this, that the color of any gem is the way it reflects light. It's not a paint. That's why we can separate it from imitation. Gems are rare, that's why they are so-called expensive. From all the excavating material we get, only 1% is good enough for gem quality for our use. The rest is used for industrial purposes. But again, the law of supply and demand is there. It's not as if we run short of sapphires, therefore the price goes up, or rubies or emeralds. It's supply and demand, you know. It's a trade. Gems should have been cheaper, but certain centers of the world dictate the economy, like diamond, you know. So gems are going through that. They are, for me, they are overcharged. We overcharge for them. It's not as if we are running short. There is plenty, but it's a way of marketing. Okay, they call sapphires rare, and they call them precious, and they call amethyst semi-precious. I'm sure there are equal deposits of sapphire and amethyst in the whole of the planet. Price should have been the same, but it's just to make you feel a little bit more valuable because you spend more money. But in reality, all gems are available to us in quantities beyond our concept. It's just that they regulate the market. So, supply and demand. If you want more sapphire, sapphire will go up. If you want more emeralds, will go more up. Colombian emerald is a classic example. Colombian emerald is the nicest emerald in the world, and the Colombian government knows this. So, they nationalized all mines, and for them to control the drug trafficking they have in their country, they sell emeralds to the Americans, to the British, to the Europeans, so they can buy arms to fight drug trafficking. That's why Colombian emerald is expensive. It doesn't make sense, but it's a reality. So, practically reality, it is something you like to hear, that I have a sapphire that is very rare. Please don't believe that. It's not as true as it sounds. Again, like diamond, gemstones are sold by weight. Again, a carat. A carat is the term we use for diamond. In metric system is 0.2 of a gram. So we have the same weight. Now, you cannot, like diamond, you can be very precise as to the angles and to the weight. We said the other day that if you have a 1 carat stone that has a diameter of 6.5 millimeters, it's a 1 carat stone. You can measure it and take the weight. In many color gems, this is not possible to have, because and you can see, if you have gemstones at home, check underneath. They are never perfect. The cut is never perfect, because they have to judge how the light, what color they will get. So they have to judge the light, how it reflects through the crystal. So the cutter is leaving more weight on it. It looks ugly underneath, but that's why you get the good color. If it was to cut perfectly, maybe it would be colorless and it wouldn't be attractive. So the weight on gemstones is, how can I say, we pay more for the weight left on a gem rather than a diamond. A diamond can be a 1 carat precise, same size in a sapphire, could be a carat and a half, just because they want to get the best color and make a little bit more money. The cut of gemstones is what they call lapidary. It's a very specialized work. It's something that different companies have a specific job. You go to somebody's workshop and they are only cutting sapphires. That is their job. They are not cutting all gemstones, or some others are cutting amethysts or rubies or whatever. It's a specialized job. A lot of cutters who cut gems must spend at least 20-25 years cutting gems, and if they're good enough, they will be not promoted, but they will be able to cut diamonds. To cut a diamond, you must be a very, very expert person. You must know a lot, because a small mistake means big money. You can lose a lot of money. So they spend a lifetime cutting gems, and if they are good enough, they move on to diamonds. How do they cut gems? This is what we talked before about hardness. What is scratching can polish too. So they have a lot of diamond wheels that are rotating, and they are pushing against the crystal they want to polish, and that's how a sapphire or a ruby is cut. They are cut with diamond wheels. In other words, wheels who are covered with diamond dust. What cuts a diamond?
Another diamond.
Another diamond. Even though they have the same hardness, so how can it polish? Diamond has what we call directional hardness. It can be polished if you polish it this way, but if you go this way, it won't catch it. So they use directional hardness to polish a diamond. So it's a specialized work that mainly you get in Germany. In Europe, the Germans are the best when it comes to gemstone cutting. In India, further east, is the next center. But for European gemstones, the Germans are the best, especially on aquamarine. They have fantastic cutting. Okay, gemology is what we said about